friends, it's Andrea pour vous, and today I welcome you guys back to a new episode. For today's video, we are going to discuss about Liverpool's tactics in the UCL game against Marseille. So without any further ado, let's get started. So Liverpool's formation looked like this. It was a 4-2-3-1 as they generally play, and I've seen them being very loyal to their formation and trying to always keep it up, but also seeing McAllister, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai dropping low when the defense needed, going high when the attack needed, helping with the transition phase. De Zerbi played as usual with his 2019 renovation of the tiki-taka, but his style, his construction was always countered by Liverpool's high press. They were not giving them options or space, so Marseille was forced to do long balls, which is something that they definitely do not like, because this is like the literal opposite of De Zerbi's whole tactical philosophy. And they were either doing that, either were giving the free defenders space, but they were focusing on outnumbering the rest of the players, so the balls were easily lost. So yeah, Marseille was starting the construction from the back, but Liverpool was pressing always high. They were chasing them, they were not allowing them to breathe, and they were basically trying to break the construction from the beginning, because that's basically De Zerbi's biggest weakness. As I said before, he hates long balls. He has this performative play style. He likes his team to be protagonists, to have possession, and he loves to start the construction from the back with short balls. Goalkeeper passing to the defenders passing to the midfielders, and all that stuff. So yeah, Liverpool didn't give Marseille any space or option to build. So because of that, Marseille was very keen on getting into counterattacks, and they were trying to counterattack as much as possible because they had no other option. But that did not lead them to score any goals, because yeah, Liverpool's defense is a very strong defense. Their four defenders are literally, in my opinion, one of the best defenders in the world, and this 4-player defensive line, it's a very, very strong defensive line that I personally think that is one of the best in the world. They anticipate well, they have the vision, as I said, they are strong, they have stamina, they don't rush, they don't crack under pressure and all that stuff. So yeah, that was the way Marseille was operating. They were trying to operate with counterattacks, but they weren't leading to scoring goals because, as I said, Liverpool's defense at the end of the day is extremely strong. The construction at Liverpool was starting from the defenders. They were passing the ball in the back, trying to get into the flow of the game until they could see the opponent crack or leave gaps, and that would be the moment when they would take action and they would attack. And I also noticed that long balls and transition phases were mostly generated by the midfielders and the wingers. Also, I really noticed that Liverpool was trying to compact the space and were trying to minimize the space as much as possible, because yeah, it's like that methodology that you can defend better if the space is smaller, and I could see Liverpool doing that a lot throughout the game, trying to minimize the space as much as possible. Liverpool was very consistent with their style of playing throughout the whole game. I didn't see much changings in their tactics, but what I could notice after 1 hour of game, after minute 60, was the fact that the defense stopped being formed mostly by the 4 defenders, but also I could see more implication from the 2 midfielders, from McAllister and Gravenberch. I could see them dropping more low and trying to close the gaps that these 4 couldn't. And yeah, I mean, they were anyways doing that before. Like, they were, as I said, they were dropping low when it was needed, they were going high when it was needed, but I could see a more defensive role after 1 hour of game at McAllister and Gravenberch. Even though the final result was 3-0 for Liverpool, the fight was very hard. First of all, because Marseille's defense was not easy to get through, and what I've seen mostly was the fact that they were lacking a lot to outnumber Liverpool's attack. Generally, the attack was formed by these 4 players, and when these four were approaching the attack, immediately 8 players from Marseille were coming towards them, and they were trying to get as close as possible to these 4 players, trying to depossess them instantly. I didn't see like this intention from the defenders to kind of anticipate and wait and stuff like that. No, when these 4 were attacking, they were immediately rushing towards them. And yeah, these 4 attacking players were basically trapped between the 4 defenders and the 4 midfielders from Marseille. But still, the biggest problem in Marseille's defense was the fact that they were leaving very big gaps between the lines, so that allowed easily Liverpool to get through. And yeah, they were getting through the defense easily, but they were not able to score because of the fact that the moment they were trying to build something, 8 players were chasing them. But still, they managed to score 3 goals, but honestly they were very hard fought. And then in minute 79 we can see the first change. So Florian Wirtz gets out and Jones comes in, and also Ekitike is out and Gakpo gets in. And yeah, basically Slot kept the main idea, but the only thing was that these 2 new players, their profiles were a bit more defensive, in the sense that Wirtz is an attacking midfielder and Jones is a center mid, and Ekitike is a striker while Gakpo is more of a left winger. So yeah, basically main idea, but yeah, a bit more defensive. And this was it about Liverpool's tactics, but I also want to address a situation. I want to talk about the whole scandal that was going around Mohamed Salah. And honestly, many things were going throughout my head during this period, but especially after this game, I was like, yeah, I need to talk about this, I need to address this situation. It was another game where Mohamed Salah was playing really badly. It was just bad. And yeah, nobody can deny his influence, the impact that he has done on Liverpool and on the Premier League. But I feel like, especially because you are such a legend and you are such an experienced player and all that stuff, you should definitely do not have that kind of attitude. As you may know, Mohamed Salah went out in press and he said that, oh, Liverpool is throwing me under the bus and all that stuff. Like, he was coming at Liverpool, at his club, and to me that was extremely crazy and outrageous, because I don't think that he has the right to do that. I don't feel like Liverpool has thrown him under the bus at all. The only thing that happened was the fact that Arne Slot did not want to play him. He benched him. And he rightfully did so, because Mo Salah wasn't playing great at all. He was definitely like not in form. Also, in the games that Arne Slot benched him, there were games where Arne Slot played more defensively, and we all know that Mo Salah sucks at that. So yeah, honestly, in my opinion, it was totally fair. Also, Mo Salah is getting old, you cannot deny that. So yeah, simply Arne Slot choosing to bench him is simply fair. And I find crazy this whole victim mindset that, oh, Liverpool is throwing me under the bus. But in my opinion, the person that is throwing someone under the bus is him. Mo Salah threw Liverpool under the bus. This club that, after he claimed that he did so much for and that he loves so much and all that stuff, he threw them directly under the bus. Because you cannot come out in press and air out dirty laundry. To me, it's crazy. It's crazy to do that, and then also to claim after you just did that, to go like, oh yeah, I've done so many things for this club, I love so much this club. But the moment when your ego is not fed because you're not performing and you're not on the pitch, immediately you air out dirty laundry and you talk bad about your team in the press. So yeah, honestly, I'm not a Liverpool fan at all, but I genuinely felt bad for the club that they had to go through this, and they had to have such an important player, such an influential player, to do these kind of things. And I don't know, to me it's kind of disgusting, and also it just shows the mentality and the character of Mohamed Salah. And I don't know, man, I don't know how Arne Slot kept his calm, because I don't think that I could have. I think that I would have definitely put him in his place. I know that he is Mohamed Salah, but you see, something similar also happened to Cristiano Ronaldo when he came back to Manchester United, and honestly, in my opinion, his experience was way worse than what Mohamed Salah has been living these past months. And he didn't complain, he didn't go out in the press, he didn't do all these things and didn't claim all these things that Mohamed Salah did. Like, in my opinion, that is not a good manner to see the problem and to take action. And yeah, I think that was a lot of victimization. I mean, he didn't go through the Jadon Sancho treatment at Manchester United when Ten Hag was their coach or stuff like that. Like, literally, Arne Slot decided to bench him because he wasn't good enough, because he was really, really down bad. He wasn't fitted to the tactics that Arne Slot wanted to play, and also he's getting old. So basically, Arne Slot literally did the fair thing, the right thing to do. And yeah, when Mo Salah's ego wasn't fed, that was the moment when he threw with dirt at his club. And to me, that's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and it's so weird how people are not talking about it that much. And like, yeah, I've seen Jamie Carragher talking about it, and he had a very great opinion, really articulated and strongly expressed. And yeah, honestly, that in a way fulfilled my heart when I've seen that video, because I was like, okay, so I'm not going crazy, this is actually a disgrace, as he called it. But yeah, that's simply my opinion. I might be wrong, you never know. I just simply felt the need to express it here because I think that is such an important topic, and is something that should be discussed, because also this whole emotional side and this whole like media side of football, in my opinion, is very, very important. Is like, it can be sometimes even like 40% of football media, and I think that we should place more importance on it. So yeah, with this I end my video today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it to your friends if you think that any of this information might be useful to them, comment down below any suggestion for me to improve and stuff like that, and subscribe to keep in tune with all of my uploads. Okay, you guys, bye!